Hey guys, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do two looks using the new Sugarpill Fun Size palette. Mine I feel like took a while to get to me. I've actually already seen a bunch of videos on this palette. Usually that's something I avoid doing. If I know I've ordered something and I want to do a video on it, I will usually avoid watching other people's videos just so that I'm not already kind of skewed with my first impression. But I was out of town last week or this past week. So there was plenty of times when I was like in the hotel, like during the evening, like trying to wind down for bed. And that's usually when I like to just kind of watch YouTube videos. And a lot of my friends had posted videos on this and I just couldn't resist. I wanted to watch their looks because they looked so beautiful in the thumbnail and I wasn't disappointed. The one thing it did teach me though is that this palette swatches horribly. It definitely swatches very sheer. A lot of these shadows kind of come off a little bit more sheer in that whole pastel manner, with the exception of like these two like bright ones, but it seems like a lot of these came off a bit more sheer, but they're shadows that can be built up. So I'm gonna, you know, do my usual thing, tacky primer. I don't mind building up a shadow. I don't actually mind if a shadow is a bit more on the sheer side and can be built up, because you guys know I like to do like the fun blown out looks every now and then, and kind of a more sheer colorful shadow is perfect for that. So I wanted to still do something. I was gonna go ahead and just do two looks, one palette for this video, kind of like a full first impressions, two looks type of like in one, but I wanted to still kind of bring a little something to these looks. So I went and grabbed the rest of my Sugarpill products and like put them out in front of me because I thought maybe I would pull in like a shimmer or something like that. So I have a couple of random things here. I think I might just do a little mix and matching. I don't really think I'll need to pull in the other matte shades for the most part. If anything, maybe I'll grab one to deepen something up because like I said, I know from other people's videos that some of these can come off a little bit sheer, and some of these other shades I have are very similar in tone. If anything, that just means that if whatever I'm doing isn't building up as much as I want to in the crease, I can grab one of these. I don't know, I figured this gives me a little bit more options to do two looks out of, and I just want to have some fun with makeup right now. It is rainy, it's a weekend and it's rainy and horrible outside right now, so what better to do than just have some fun and play around with some makeup looks. So if you happen to hear thunder, that's what it is. But yeah, let's just go ahead and zoom in and start on the first look. Okay, so lid's primed, ABH primer, and I've left it tacky. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go blue into the pink and maybe blow it out, wrapping it into my blush. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pink first. We're gonna start with Level Up. And I'm gonna start by I'm using a really fluffy brush because I think these were the more pigmented ones. I didn't swatch it, but I don't wanna take any chances. And I want this to be diffused out here. So, yeah, that's working nicely. You know, that's always something that you can do. If you want a nice diffused look, use a fluffier brush. So that's what I'm doing here. Just kind of trying to decide how far I want to come in and how far I want to go up, and I'm just kind of blending it around. I think I am going to go all the way out and around though, so I'm going to get a little bit on it and start swirling. When you do these types of really blown out looks, I definitely recommend starting small. You can always add more. You can't really take it away without having to fix your whole face. We are obviously going to wrap this under. So I just like to tap and then kind of swirl, and I am just really, really lightly touching my skin until I've buffed most of it off, and then I can start swirling a bit harder. Such a pretty color. I need to go a little further out and down so that I can wrap my blush around. These are really good ones to do like pinky and peachy tones, because then you can kind of go a little ham on the blush and then it kind of like really completes the look, and I love it. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that for now, and then we will keep going. So I think I'm gonna stick with this brush just so I have a little bit less pigment again. And I'm gonna try Rage Quit, which is the deeper pink. I'm gonna kind of pack it onto the lid. This is probably not the best brush to be using right now, but let me see. Kind of just put a little more color on there. I think I kind of wanna go like into the purple and then into the blue. Let me grab a smaller brush, I guess. Grab this brush, same thing. So Rage Quit, just adding a bit more directly into the crease. Kind of bringing it onto the lid a bit. I haven't entirely decided what I want to do, if I want to put all mattes across the lid or if I want to put any shimmer other than in the inner corner. I definitely want to put some on the inner corner though. I'm just gonna switch to a flat brush and just pack that all the way down, I think. I can always tap a little shimmer over the top. We're gonna kind of do a bit of like a reverse eye here, I think. I mean, we'll just see how dark these other shades show up. They may not show up dark at all, and then it won't be a reverse eye, but I kind of want to go pink to purple to blue. So let's go into player one. I'm just gonna keep using this kind of flat brush, and I'm gonna pack this onto the center. And then kind of overlap them to blend them together. I'll give it a little wiggle up here at the top. I'm doing a bit of a different shape than I normally do. Normally I kind of like to do my angles like this. I'm almost coming in at this type of angle, which I think looks really nice for these shadows. Let's see, I want an even smaller brush, I think. I am going to grab 8-bit. I feel like that's gonna go nicely with the purple, and pack this on the inner part. And I believe this one was definitely one of the more sheer ones, so I think packing it on the tacky concealer or primer is going to really help it. And then I'll just get a little brush and kind of wiggle some into the crease. Kind of tapping it over where the two meet. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little tiny brush and just kind of wiggle some of that back and forth and then blend it away. And I'll jump back into the purple. And then I'll just take this one into the pink. I think I am just gonna take a clean blending brush though and start from the blue side and just kind of buff that a little bit and then work it to the center and then work it to the pink. Definitely need to add more of the purple shade in the center. I definitely feel like we've lost that. And now I'm gonna go back into the first shade, the bright pink, the lighter one. I think I'm just gonna bring a little bit of that all over. Grab a little more for underneath. Maybe I'll bring in a pop of that brighter blue, the blue-green kind of color. I'm just gonna use a liner brush, so I will go into Cheat Code, and I'm gonna add this about halfway on the lower lash line. And I am gonna try to like bring it down a good bit, but I want to really stamp it on there first, because I think this one, again, was another kind of sheer shade, so maybe I should have added some primer first, but hindsight. And I'm gonna switch to kind of a fluffier pencil brush, and still with that Cheat Code shade, just kind of work it down a bit more. Make it a little bit blown out, and then I think I'll just like match it up to the pink. So the pink will go farther, but I do want the greeny color to kind of be a little blown out. I'm just gonna wrap it around as well. Okay, blush. Could work. This is Shortcake from Colourpop. It's one of their strawberry ones. So I'm just gonna grab this on my blush brush and go a little more ham on the blush. Mostly up here. Love that. All right, so that is that. Then I'm gonna grab the Little Twin Stars palette. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Sky Candy on a fluffy brush. Add a little bit over like your highlight points. I'm gonna use Cloud Maker, so it's the blue one, the blue shimmery one. I'm gonna use that on another pencil brush, and I'm gonna pop this over the inner corner. Taking a little bit of the purple that I had on this little brush and just popping that over the center so that it kind of matches. I kind of think I want to do like something else across the lid. Maybe I'll just take some and like tap it across. So I will take Cloud Maker, the light color, on my finger. I'm like just tapping into it. And then I'm going to very lightly tap. Take that brush from earlier. There we go. Maybe one more thing. I'm gonna grab just a little bit of Cloud Maker again. And just pop it into the center here. For liner, I wanna do the really pretty pink. This one's Boots from Colourpop. All right, and then I think I'm gonna use the really kind of sparse lashes that I love from Alien Cosmetics, Spaced Out. These right here. So let me pop on mascara and these lashes, and I think I'm gonna use, yeah, this is gonna be perfect. I did buy one of the glosses from Sugarpill. This is Bloom, it's one of the new ones. So I'm gonna pop this on and then I'll show you guys the finished first look. Okay guys, so this is the finished first look. I'm getting major like Space Queen vibes. I think it's probably the combination of the lip gloss with the eyes. They're definitely fun together. Maybe a little clashy with my shirt, but you know, whatever. It's a cute look. I like it. I actually really love the way that the little twin stars shimmery shade. I love the way it looks just kind of tapped over the top of these beautiful pastels. It just kind of took it to a whole nother level and I really love it. So yeah, I don't know what I want to do for my next look because I'm kind of torn. Maybe this will end up being a 3-look video if I have time to squeeze in a third look, because I really want to do something that really just kind of showcases the greens, or maybe the, I don't know, like I kind of want to do a sunset look with the reds and the oranges. I really want to just, you know, showcase the greens by themselves and do something really simple. Maybe pop into like another shade like mochi or something to deepen it up. This might be 3 looks. I'm not sure. You'll already know because I'll have it in the title, but I at this point don't know. So yeah, this is the first look. Let's go ahead and just jump into the next one. Okay, we are back for the second look. I do have some stainage from the pink shades. You can kind of see it on this eye better. All I have is a little concealer on this eye. On this one, I have concealer and then I've already done my ABH primer, and it is kind of like a lighter primer, so it does help, you know, to cover a good bit. I think for this look, I want to embrace the reddy orangey colors, and so this is probably the one where I might bring in Flamepoint just to add a little bit of an extra level of orange in between. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm trying to say what I want to do. Maybe like a layer, maybe like a fiery layer. Yeah, maybe I'll put like the red all the way across the lid building up into the orange. I think that could be fun. So I'm gonna start with a flat brush. We're gonna jump straight into game over. And I am gonna pack this all over the lid, at least on like the bottom half. I do think I wanna kinda like bring it out a little too. I'll probably go in with a fluffy brush though on this part. I'm just gonna kind of give it a little, little tail. All right, so I'm gonna switch to a fluffy brush somewhere. I'm gonna use this little blending brush. Just gonna tap a little into the color, not much, and kind of start just buffing. Buffing and blending, buffing and blending, and I'll go across these little edges too. I'm not entirely sure how far I'm gonna wanna go out over here. I probably will have a better idea once I have more colors layered. But for now, this gives me a nice little base and I'm kind of giving it a nice little soft blend. That works. I probably will kind of re-intensify it after I've added the orange. I'm just gonna clean this brush off and I'm gonna jump into Flamepoint from Sugarpill. So it's just a nice orange shade. I feel like it's a perfect kind of mid-tone between this Game Over shade and the light orange in the palette. So I'm gonna pat this right on top of the edge of that red and then I'll blend it upward. I'm just gonna grab a fluffier blending brush. And again, just kind of like I did with the red, work on blending and softening the edges. As we get closer to being like at the top, it's gonna be a softer blend, but I do wanna make sure it kind of comes out a bit. It really does blend nicely into that other color. Now we are going to jump into High Score. I'm just gonna do a little bit of packing with this brush that we've been using just to get it right to the top of my crease, and then I'm mostly gonna go in with a blending brush. It's like that one almost becomes yellow when you put it next to Flamepoint. I'm gonna go in with this little Morphe brush to get High Score on there and start just blending this edges. And I am kind of dipping back in to get more product and then just lightly blending around. And bring that one out the farthest. I'll definitely go back down through all the shades just to re-intensify them. But you can kind of see, I definitely need to come higher with the Flamepoint shade, I believe. And let this be more of the brow shade. Yeah, that doesn't work very well on the crease. So I'm gonna bring Flamepoint up higher. I'm just gonna keep using this brush and then jump back into Flamepoint and get a bit more of it higher up here. And then once more, I'm gonna take the red shade with the packing brush. That's Game Over. Give it a good pack across the lid. Make sure it blends nicely up into Flamepoint. What do I want to pop on the lower lash line? Let's see, I did get the red eyeliner from Colourpop. This is Venus. Let me pop that on and then see maybe what I might want to pair next to it. I think I might just take a little bit of this flat brush that I was using with the Game Over Red shade and just kind of like wiggle a little bit of that color along the lower lash line. Not too much, mostly. I think I'll just kind of keep it to the outer part a little. And then maybe I'll do Flamepoint on the inner part. I'll take this pencil brush and do Flamepoint on the inner part of the lower lash line. And then with the same brush that I was using in the crease, I will jump back into High Score, the lighter orange, and just kind of run it underneath this area on the lower lash. Pretty happy with that. I do want a kind of brighter pop on the inner corner though, so I think I'm gonna jump into the Little Twin Stars palette and grab Twinkle Twinkle, which is this beautiful gold. I think that will look really nice. So pop that right on the inner corner. I think I'll just leave it like that. Not blow it out too much. I mean, it's not entirely subtle. Let me see how a pair of lashes will look with this without liner. Okay, yeah, I like the way that looks. So I'm gonna use these Likely lashes. This is Sleepy Starlet. So I'm gonna pop on some mascara, put these on, do the other eye, pick a lip, you know the drill, and I will show you the finished look. Okay, here we go. This is look number 2. So like I mentioned, I used the Likely lashes in Sleepy Starlet. And then for lips, I kind of like went back and forth with what to use. If I had bought the other gloss that came out with this one, it was a bit more of a gold tone gloss, it would have been the perfect addition to this. But I only got one just because budget. What I ended up doing was the Colourpop Villains lipstick in Hades. So it's like a nice little peachy color. Put that down as a base, and then I topped it with Laura Mercier gloss in Amber Rose. So I think it looks really pretty with the kind of red, fiery, sunset-y type of eye look. So I love this one. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't think you necessarily think this direction when you look at this palette. I mean, you have the bright red, but I don't think you're thinking bold sunset eyes. So it's definitely fun when you can pull in another shadow. Obviously, you don't have to have a Flamepoint to do this. I think you could easily have pulled this off by just doing the red shade all the way up to the crease and then kind of mixing these two shades together. I think you could equally have like pulled off something like this if you were wanting to stick to just this palette. But also if you had like the Colourpop orange palette, there you go. That would give you the perfect orange to use. So you don't necessarily have to dip into other Sugarpill shadows if you don't have them. You probably have other colors laying around that you could do if you're wanting to recreate any of these looks. But I will put all of the shadows that I used down in the description box. But yeah, so I definitely want to do a third look. I really want to do something with like maybe these colors or something. I don't know, that's my plan. So it looks like I'll have time for it. So let's just call this the second look and let's jump into the third look, and that will be the final look. So yes, let's jump into that now. All right, now for the third look. So again, primed the lids with the ABH primer. I left it tacky. I'm gonna take a kind of flat fluffy brush, and I think I just wanna pack Cheat Code all over the lid. That is just such a pretty color. I love it. I don't know what's gonna happen once I start blending around these edges. I don't know if it's gonna blend away the color. I hope it's not, but we shall see. I'm also gonna go ahead and just pop this color on the lower lash line. I'm gonna try to just keep using this brush just for the sake of me not having a lot of clean brushes right now. So let me just pack this down here real quick. Go ahead and just wrap it around, why not? All right, so I do also have some staining on the waterline from the red liner I had on, but I'm hoping that the liner I put over the top of it will cover it up. We'll see. I'm gonna take this little tiny brush now, and still using cheat codes, I'm gonna just kind of use this to fluff the edges. This is kind of like my personal favorite way to wear like a really pretty bright pastelish shadow like this. I really just enjoy like a one color across the lid type of look. We are gonna do more than just the one color, but I just think it's so pretty on its own. You really don't, I mean, like you could literally put a wing on and some lashes or mascara and be fine with something like this. I think it's so beautiful. Did go a little too low down here, so I'm gonna take a clean brush and just kind of buff the edges. May as well just keep using this brush. I want to go into Twitch, so the kind of minty green shade. I'm just gonna keep using this brush and go along the edges. If I remember correctly, this is another one of the more sheer shades from people's swatches. So this should just give it a nice little tint, you know, just like a little tint into a different color, but nothing too drastic. I think they go really nicely together. It's actually working really well. Yeah, I definitely went a little bit farther than I had planned. Let me go ahead and pop the liner on just so that I'm not so distracted by how it looks. I think this is gonna be perfect. This is Zulu from Colourpop. I feel like that works, and I feel like it helped kind of cover up the reddish color. Now I'm gonna pop into the Little Twin Stars palette, and I think I'm gonna keep using this shade, the sparkly blue one. And I think I just wanna do like a line down the center. I really enjoy that look after doing the Black Pink video, and then I did another one not too long after that where I kind of did that same type of little stripe. I love the way it just gives like a really pretty accent. So I'm gonna wet an angled brush and just do a nice little shimmery line down the center. And then continue underneath. Little Joker-esque, but I kind of like it. I might even go one step further and add a little touch of glitter. Why not? We haven't done any glitter in any of these looks. So again, with just a liner brush, I'm just gonna pop a little bit and kind of dot it throughout. I'm also going to do a little combo of the blue Cloudmaker shade. Pop that on the inner corner. And then top it with just a touch of the glitter. Perfect. So I don't think I mentioned it. This is the Pixie glitter. This is Crystalline. All right, that is it. So yes, I'm going to pop on mascara and lashes. I'm not sure which lashes I'm going to do yet, so I'll probably do the other eye first, pick out a lip of some sort, and I'll show you the final look. Okay guys, so this is the third and final look. I ended up going with another pair of Likely lashes. This time I did Anxious Angel because they're a bit more rounded and they have the nice kind of like spaces in between. So it's really good for a look like this, kind of similar to the spaced out lashes that I love so much from Alien Cosmetics, but these are a bit more bold. Love them. And I think it looks really great with this look. And then for lip gloss, I went with my Jeffree Star lip gloss in Wet Peach, just a really fun iridescent pink. So I thought it complemented the kind of tealy blues very nicely. Let's do like a quick little wrap up of this palette since this is kind of like my first impressions plus 3 looks like all just rolled into one. First off, I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I absolutely love the design of this palette. The fact that it's like a gaming palette, so like all of the names are very like gamer centric, and it's got the fun little 8-bit Dumpster Cat Turkey, which is so cute. If you don't know who Dumpster Cat Turkey is, it's basically like the Sugarpill mascot. It's an actual cat that they found in a dumpster on Thanksgiving. That's why they called it Dumpster Cat Turkey. But they actually like, he has his own Instagram, like all kinds, you can like find him all over Instagram. I follow the Sugarpill, the owner, Shrinkle, so you can follow her on Instagram too, and she'll post stuff in her stories about the cat. It's just so cute. But yes, so this is adorable. I love this. I love all the names. I love just like the bright pastel-y type of vibe here. I like that it's not all pastels. You have some really vibrant colors. I mean, the second look that I did is like full on like fiery sunset type of vibes. But then you have really fun, bright pastels like this, or like the pinks and purples and blues in the first look. So I love a palette like this, and I have no problem reaching into other palettes to give me like that shimmery inner corner highlight that I need, or the couple little accents that I did within these 3 looks. And I miss Sugarpill, so I'm glad that they were cranking out some fun stuff again. And I'm glad that this palette actually was really good, because the little twin star one kind of disappointed me, but this kind of has renewed, like given me like a spark for actually enjoying the little twin star palette, because I really enjoy pairing it with this. I think it's a great little pairing. It gives me some fun, shimmery, bright, light colors to pair with this matte palette. So that's kind of a fun thing. If you have both of them, consider putting them together. I really liked all 3 of these looks that I got. So overall, I really do like this palette. I think it's a great deal because it was only $28, I think. Yeah, $28. It was only $28, which isn't that bad, especially when you think of like Sugarpill shadows and their prices. And you're getting a lot of options here. And quite frankly, you really don't need much more than this size. I never ever like imagine that I'll ever go through an actual like Sugarpill single. These things, no, they're too big. So I think these are the perfect sized shadows, and like literally you can do either a one and done type of look with these with just one shadow and a nice wing, or you can mix them together. I mean, I pretty much got 3 very different looks out of this palette, so I think it's got a lot of good versatility. So speaking of the looks, let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. If I had to pick, I'd probably say the first look. As much as I love this one, I really do love this look because I love a really pretty kind of like tealy greeny blue. I loved that first look. I love like the kind of like blown out into the blush type of look. And the purple and kind of blue shades looked really pretty together, especially with that little touch of the shimmer over the top. Like, beautiful. So yes, that one is definitely my favorite, but you guys let me know in the comments below which one you like the best. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.